quiz heads, welcome to edition number 173 of Takeaway Trivia, your pub quiz in a podcast. I'm Leon, your quizmaster from Hereford UK, bringing you another 3 rounds. 3 rounds? That's one short, isn't it? Another 4 rounds of pub quiz style trivia straight into your ears. Hope you've had a great week, an awesome week. It's been pretty quiet in this neck of the woods. I've just spent it threading. We need to find a better verb than threading. Tweeting kind of works, but threading, nah. Maybe to sew or to stitch, I don't know. But so far, it seems like a really positive platform. I'm waiting for it to turn, but hopefully Mark Zuckerberg sorts out the chronological feeds and the hashtags and all that, just so we can get it feeling a little bit more like Twitter, a positive version of Twitter, perhaps. Let's have a quick delve into the postbag. And Adam Curran says, "Hey Leon, we've recently discovered your podcast and I've done around 15 of them in one day. Blimey. My name is Adam. I'm from Dundee in Scotland. My girlfriend Lucy and I have just travelled down to Norfolk to play this with my sister Rachel and brother-in-law Sam. They also listen every week, so please shout them out as well." That is quite a trek, Scotland to Norfolk. Wow. Adam, hello. Lucy, hello, and Rachel and Sam, hello. Hope you've had safe travels. I love Norfolk. We spent the summer there last year. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. And I particularly love Norwich. I want to say that I'm cultured and went to the Sainsbury Centre at the University of Norwich to visit the art trail, the sculpture trail they've got there, which I did do. It was fantastic. The main reason I went is because it's what they used to film the Avengers HQ in the movies, and I just wanted to stand where Tony Stark had stood. But that was great fun. Also, in Norwich, they've got that market in the town centre that does amazing street food. To this day, some of the best sweet and sour chicken I've ever had. Gorgeous. And if you're a fan of roller coasters like I am, you've got to go to the Pleasure Beach in Great Yarmouth, one of the oldest roller coasters in the UK. And it's got a manually operated brake. They have to sit on the coaster itself and operate the brake as it goes around the track. Amazing ride. Great stuff. Thank you, Adam, for getting in touch. Safe journey back to Scotland, and hope you all have a great session playing along this week. Also, hello to Robin on Twitter. God, Twitter, that's so 2022. He says, "Been catching up on Takeaway Trivia at the naked campsite this weekend with Dave. I feel like I listen to Takeaway Trivia when I'm naked a lot." What is going on? We had someone in a sauna a few weeks ago. Now you're all naked listening to it. I feel unclean. This is a family podcast. Put your clothes on. On with this week's edition. Coming up, we got the final fling. We'll be playing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plus, we've also got something completely different. Do you know the difference between a cocktail and a wrestling move? If you do, there's a round just for you coming up. But before all that, let's start with general knowledge. Good luck. Let's dive straight into round number 1 of this week's Takeaway Trivia. It's general knowledge. And question number 1. Threads launched this week across your social medias, but in which year did Instagram debut? So number 1, the brand new social media from Meta called Threads launched this week, but in which year did Instagram debut? It's seen as a rival to Twitter. Number 2, in economics, what does GDP stand for? So number 2, in economics or economics, what does GDP stand for? Number 3, what is the name of Peppa Pig's younger brother? Number 3, what is the name of Peppa Pig's younger brother? Number 4, in which London borough would you find the Royal Albert Hall? Question number 4, in which London borough would you find the Royal Albert Hall? That's a building, by the way, not a person. Oh man, I bet if your name is Albert Hall, you get all kinds of abuse. Number 5, what is lowered by a beta blocker or beta blocker? Number 5, what is lowered by a beta blocker? Number 6, which country does Monaco border? Question number 6, which country does Monaco border? Number 7, in the US, if a dessert is served à la mode, what is it usually served with? That's à la mode. Number 7. In the US, if a dessert is served à la mode, M-O-D-E, what is it usually served with? Number 8. Who voiced King Harold in Shrek 2? Number 8. Who was the voice of King Harold in Shrek 2? Number 9. Typically, is a woman's pulse rate at rest normally lower, the same, or higher than a man's? Question number 9. Typically, is a woman's pulse rate at rest normally lower, the same, or higher than a man's? And number 10. The mythological creature, the centaur, is part human, part what? Question number 10. The mythological creature, the centaur, is part human and part what? That's your 10 questions on general knowledge. I think we're off to a good start, but I'm sure you'll be the judge of that. The answers to that round are after round number 2, which is after the break.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
So we move into round number 2 of this week's takeaway trivia, and we're going to play a round I call Shaken or Stirred. Yes, it's all about wrestling and cocktails. A weird mix, you might think. I'm going to give you the names of 10 things that are either wrestling moves from WWE or cocktails. It's as simple as that, and you've got to decide whether they're a cocktail or a wrestling move. So, are you ready? Number 1, sidecar. So number 1, the sidecar. Is that a cocktail or a wrestling move as featured in WWE wrestling? So number 1 again, sidecar. Number 2, in Shaken or Stirred, a cement mixer. If you've experienced a cement mixer, have you had a finishing move done on you by a wrestler, or is it a delicious cocktail? Number 2, cement mixer. Number 3, a 5-star frog splash. Question number 3, is a 5-star frog splash a wrestling move or a cocktail? Number 4, a curb stomp. Number 4, curb stomp. Number 5, a swanton bomb. Number 5, swanton bomb. Cocktail or wrestling move? Number 6, St. Nick's flip. Number 6, St. Nick's flip. Number 7, corpse reviver. So number 7, a corpse reviver. Number 8, a Harlem hangover. Number 8, a Harlem hangover. Number 9, The Godfather. Number 9, The Godfather. And finally, number 10, you've got to decide whether a cactus elbow is a wrestling move or a cocktail. Number 10, a cactus elbow. There you go, there's your 10 names, but are they wrestling moves or cocktails? Drink or dunk, I guess, isn't it? I don't know. Right, let's go back to general knowledge. How did you do in that round this week? Number 1, Threads launched this week, but in which year did Instagram debut? It was way back on October the 6th, 2010. I loved Instagram back in the days when it was just like a really pure photography stream. And then obviously it got taken over by the influencers. But yeah, back when it was all about just really nice photos, it was great. It was like a modern take on Flickr, which is an even older photography website. Number 2, in economics, what does GDP stand for? Gross domestic product. Number 3, what is the name of Peppa Pig's younger brother? George. Number 4, in which London borough would you find the Royal Albert Hall? That is Kensington. Number 5, what is lowered by a beta blocker? That is your blood pressure. 6, which country does Monaco border? France. Number 7, in the US, if a dessert is served a la mode, what is it usually served with? Ice cream. Number 8, who voiced King Harold in Shrek 2? John Cleese. Number 9, is a woman's pulse rate at rest normally lower, the same, or higher than a man's? It's higher, normally around about 78 to 82 beats a minute, compared to 70 to 72 for a man. Number 10, the mythological centaur is part human, part what? It's part horse. And that's it, your first 10 answers. Hope you've done well. Let's move on to round number 3. For this round, question number 1 is worth 5 points. Question 2 is for 4 points. Question number 3 is worth 3 points. Question 4 is for 2 points. And question 5 is worth just 1 little point. That's why we call it 5-4-3-2-1. And question number 1, name 5 of what, according to the UN, will be the 6 most populated countries in the world in the year 2050. So question number 1, name 5 of what, according to the UN, will be the 6 most populated countries in the world in the year 2050. So this is pure educated guesswork on the UN's part, but which 5 countries have they predicted are going to be the most populated in 2050? Question number 2, who have won the last 4 men's singles competitions at Wimbledon? So question number 2, who have won the last 4 men's singles competitions at Wimbledon? And just as a helping hand for that question, we're not looking for an answer for 2020 as there was no Wimbledon. So who won the 4 men's singles competitions in 2022, 2021, 2019 and 2018? Number 3, name Casper the Friendly Ghost's 3 uncles. So question number 3, name Casper the Friendly Ghost's 3 uncles. Question number 4, according to a report in the Guardian newspaper, which 2 animals kill the most people in Zimbabwe? I'll give you a clue, that excludes mosquitoes. So number 4, according to a report in the Guardian newspaper, excluding mosquitoes, which 2 animals kill the most people in Zimbabwe? And number 5, false or true, the penguin on Penguin Books is named Frosty. So number 5, the penguin on the Penguin brand of books is called Frosty. Is that true or false? That's your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 questions. If you need a little bit more time to think about those, pause the podcast now. Otherwise, we're going to find out the answers to shaken or stirred. I gave you 10 names of what were either cocktails or wrestling moves. You had to decide which was which. So number 1, sidecar. That was a cocktail. It's a classic brandy drink. Number 2, cement mixer is also a cocktail. It's Bailey's Irish Cream with lime juice. Not sure on that one. Number 3, 5-star frog splash is a wrestling move made famous by Rob Van Dam. Number 4, a curb stomp. Is it a wrestling move, or is it what happens when you drink too many cocktails and you hit the curb hard? I can tell you it is a wrestling move made famous by Seth Rollins. And number 5, the Swanton Bomb is a wrestling move made famous by Jeff Hardy. Number 6, St. Nick's Flip is a cocktail. It's a Christmassy cocktail featuring cognac, muscat wine, cane syrup, egg whites and cinnamon. Number 7, a Corpse Reviver is a cocktail. It's gin based. Number 8, the Harlem Hangover. It should be a cocktail, but it's not. It's a wrestling move. It was made famous by Booker T. Number 9, the Godfather is a cocktail. It features whiskey and amaretto, although there is a retired WWE wrestler who went by the name The Godfather. And number 10, Cactus Elbow. I'm imagining a green, fruity cocktail. I'm wrong. It's a wrestling move. The Cactus Elbow was made famous by Mick Foley. There you go. There are your 10 shaken or stirred cocktails and wrestling moves. Well done if you got them right. Back to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What were the answers? Number 1, name 5 of what, according to the UN, will be the 6 most populated countries in the world in 2050. So current estimates put India as the most populated in 2050 with 1.6 billion people. China will be next with 1.4 billion. USA will be third with 420 million. And Nigeria fourth with 299 million. Current estimates will be Pakistan will be next with 295, and then Indonesia with 288 million people. Number 2, who have won the last 4 men's singles competition at Wimbledon? I don't like doing trick questions normally at Takeaway Trivia. However, the answers to this for 2022 were Novak Djokovic. For 2021, Novak Djokovic. 2019, Novak Djokovic. And 2018, Novak Djokovic. So there you go. If you put Novak Djokovic squared, you're not far off. 3, name Casper the Ghost's friendly 3 uncles. You could have had Stretch, Stinky and Fatso. Number 4, according to The Guardian, which 2 animals kill the most people in Zimbabwe? This is excluding mosquitoes, and the answer I was looking for was crocodiles and elephants. Number 5, false or true, the penguin on the Penguin books is named Frosty. That is true. And there you go, that's all the answers dished out. Hope you're doing well. I think you've had it too easy though. Let's make this round a little bit more tricky. It's the final fling. Okay, it's time to play the final fling. This is the last round of this week's Takeaway Trivia. 15 questions, slightly harder, but I think you're ready for it. You've done well so far. Number 1, what is the capital of Lebanon? So question number 1, what is the capital of the Lebanon? Number 2, how many sheets of paper are in a ream? Number 2, how many sheets of paper would you find in a ream? Number 3, what part of the human body would you examine with an otoscope or otoscope? Number 3, what would you examine with an otoscope or otoscope? O-T-O and then scope. Question number 4, what is the name of the Israeli intelligence service? Number 4, what is the name of the Israeli intelligence service? Number 5, what is the more common name for the animal known as a ratel? R-A-T-E-L. Number 5, what is the more common name for the animal known as a ratel or rattle? R-A-T-E-L. Question 6, in which single event were the most Victoria Crosses awarded? Number 6. In which single event were the most Victoria Crosses awarded? Number 7. What is the legal term given for the release of political prisoners under a general pardon? Number 7. What is the legal term given for the release of political prisoners under a general pardon? Number 8. Which Premiership football club's motto, when translated, means strength in battle? Number 8. Which English Premiership football club's motto, when translated, means strength in battle? Number 9. Which was the first Zelda game published on the Nintendo 64? Number 9. Which was the first Zelda game published on the Nintendo 64? I sold my N64 when I was at uni and I still regret it to this day. Number 10. What was the name of Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar in October 1805? Number 10. What was the name of Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar in October 1805? Number 11. In which Canadian province would you find Ottawa? Number 11. In which Canadian province is Ottawa? Number 12. Which musical features the song Sweet Transvestite? Number 12. Which musical features the song Sweet Transvestite? Number 13. Which has the higher population, London or Rome? Question number 13. Which has the higher population, London or Rome? Number 14. Which sport can be alpine or Nordic? Question 14. Which sport can be alpine or Nordic? And number 15. On the Union flag or Union Jack, how many blue triangles are there? So question number 15. How many blue triangles feature on the Union flag or Union Jack? There you go, your 15 questions on the final fling. A nice mixed bunch there. I hope you've done well. Let's find out. Here come the answers. The answers to the final fling this week. Number 1. What is the capital of Lebanon? Beirut. Number 2. How many sheets of paper are in a ream? 500. Number 3. What would you examine with an otoscope? It's your ear. Although you'd probably struggle to examine your own ear with it, you might need someone else to have a peek for you. Number 4. What is the name of the Israeli intelligence service, Mossad? Number 5. What is the more common name for the animal known as the ratal? It's the honey badger. Number 6. Which single event were the most Victoria Crosses awarded for? That is the battle at Rorke's Drift. 11 Victoria Crosses were awarded for the battle. Number 7. What is the legal term given for the release of political prisoners under a general pardon? Amnesty. Number 8. Which UK Premiership football club's motto, when translated, Hope you enjoyed playing this week's Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts, so please subscribe, rate and review to help this podcast grow. Also, if there's anything you'd like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Twitter at BarWars. Speak to you soon. The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incomputech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.